Hey, it's Lowery Smith of the CommanderSmiths here with a card purchase reveal. Well, that one doesn't have tape. Kind of weird. Just bought some cards to fill out some decks and/or stuff that's not coming from Card Sphere. And just gonna show it off, see what we got. A little sticker from Card Kingdom. Um, we have. Let's focus a little bit. Battle of Baywater. There's a Surge foil. I got this from the Ragost deck for it. I kinda not the best lighting, is it? Alright, whatever, you kinda see it. Alright, got some foil basics. I kinda went out and got some cool basics this time. So we got those. 1, 2, 3. Got some planes. They're very pretty. I like that. 1, 2. Probably just bought what I could. Swamp. 1, 2, 3. All right, we got some scrap. I'm gonna be building Iroh, the Grand Lotus. I was thinking I could cycle stuff, but I think I've gone away from it. But I didn't have this one. It's an old card, so I might as well kind of get it. There we go. Some more foil basics. 2, 3. I normally, if I'm doing like 3 colors, I'm to 2 or 3 in the deck per, and the same with 2 colors. So it makes sense. I just can't use these for 1 color decks. Normally that hits about 10, but I have about 6 basics on a 2 color, and that's what I'm aiming for, 6 to 9. 6, 9. There we go. We got a swamp. All right, let's see what we have next here. Like I said, going for a cycling thing. Hey, focus, focus. There we go. So just cycling ideas. Didn't have them. Ikoria was like right when COVID happened, so I didn't buy a lot of that. So I don't have a lot of the cycling. I actually like Sleeper Dart quite a bit. So it's one of those cantripping artifacts that you can sacrifice to a ghost or just anything that you got going on. There we go. Draws a card. Same thing with wedding invitations. Same idea. I like those. Mental Journey, just another one of those cycling ideas. It's got to go. Same thing with Break Asunder. Just cycling for Iroh. Not going to happen at this point. Deep Glow Skate. That's a cool card. Doubling the counters on everything you have. The big thing is just getting it in foil. It's a secret layer. I think it was like $4. Used to be like a $10 card when it first came out and everything, but reprints happen. We have a Mountain foil. Flourishing Defenses. Right. But foil, it was like 250, but I have a feeling it's going to start going up. It's a good card. So whenever a -1/-1 counter is placed on a creature, you may put a +1/+1 green elf warrior creature token into play. This is great for just any -1/-1 counter decks. More mountains, little ding, but I'm sure I bought that used or whatever. Another planes and a token. All right, let's go on to the next bit. This one does have tape. Look at that. And then, I felt like sometimes when you don't have a lot of the cheap cards, I was like, might as well just break down and do a purchase. Not too big. I think this was about 120, 130 bucks. Most of it, part of it was credit this time. I need to do a send into CK for that. Market Back Walker, I've really liked this. I put this in my Kilo deck to kind of just grow it with the proliferation. And there's a couple of other decks where I'm like, you know what, I'd really like this in there. Or at least give it a chance. So I bought one, I guess, one more. That's something that I probably want 4 of at this point if it's kind of cheap. Another cycling idea, but don't need that, so we'll just bin it there. Decided to go lessons. Seismic Sense, that's going in Iroh. I'm gonna go lessons in Storm. So that's what's gonna work. So we'll have some lessons in here as well. We have True Ancestry. We have Abandoned Attachments. Solid lessons there. Toph, the first metal bender. I'm gonna be building this, and I would have built this 2 weeks ago if I could have. Just could not find the darn card anywhere. So I'll get on that here soon. We got some foil islands. We have Reluctant Role Model. I like this one just because at the beginning of your second main phase, if it's no, I don't care about that. If this or another creature you control dies, if it had counters on it, put those counters on up to one target creature. It's not the Ozolith and it's not the enchantment version, but it is a creature version. It's cheap. Um, and I think it works well. So it's if I'm doing the Ozolith, I'm considering this. So might as well get some foils of it. Got a couple of those. Bygone Colossus. I really like Warp because it is a cast trigger. And so it's great in Warp is really good in like Eshki or anything that'll likes the casting of creatures. Um, this isn't going to go in Eshki, but it was considered. But it just doesn't do anything. It's just a big beater, right? So, but a cool card. Got two of those. Kilo. Again, red, white, blue deck. I have it in its own deck, but also it's going to go great in the Sonic. Anything else? So I got a couple more of those. Hermes, Overseer of Elpis. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, create a 1/1 white blue bird creature token with flying and vigilance, and whenever you attack with one or more birds, scry 2. Um, the 4 mana seems to be pretty common for creating tokens whenever you cast non-creatures, and so it's not that bad. I think it was like 50 cents. Emmett Selch, spells cast from your graveyard cost 2 less to cast. Um, it's solid. The 2 reduction is always good to look at. The Warring Triad, I got 2 of those. I like this card a lot. I have it in Celeste. I'm gonna put it in Kratos, and then I'll probably put the other in Tavol. It's gonna do work. Go for Blood is the cycling idea. Titan's Nest, Tavol, foil. I think I already actually have it, but it is what it is. Cycling idea. Through the Breach, I was just thinking this card kind of just pops up to 20 bucks every once in a while. And if I can get an alt art foil for 3 bucks, it looks pretty cool. I really like that. This is a reprint from the Innistrad Masters remastered. Sandman, Shifting Scoundrel, equal to the number of lands you control for 3 mana. I find that pretty cool. And so I had a deck that was kind of based on that. And also I was thinking Toph a little bit, but we'll see. A Shadow the Goblin, another new one that I really, really like. Discard a card to draw a card on your main phase, and whenever you cast from the graveyard, you deal 1 damage to everybody. I like this effect. It's going to happen. I got 3 of them. Woo. Wizard Cycling, Step Through. Not going to do that idea, like I said. Chthonian Nightmare. I really like this card. It's great in Tavol, but it could be used in a lot more decks. So I'm going to check it out, and getting it in foil is probably a smart idea. Armageddon, foil. It's gorgeous. It was $12. That's probably my biggest purchase there. But this came in one of the secret layers with Demonic Tutor and stuff like that. And so this was a $12 card before the reprint, and getting it in foil and alt art and all that kind of stuff, I think only makes it more desirable. We have Heaven Ghoul Lich, just getting a foil version of that. And Spectral Denial. We got 2 of those foils. Counter target spell unless its controller pays 1. And the spell costs 1 less for each creature you have control of power 4 or greater. I don't normally run counter spells, but I really like this idea in Eshki. And then the last one is Yethen Tomb Guard. 2/3. Whenever a creature you control with a counter on it deals combat damage to a player, draw a card, lose a life. Just drawing cards on a counter deck. So, hey, if you like this and you learned about some new basic lands or something, give it a thumbs up, give us a follow. We're a podcast every week. Check us out. All right, bye.